This is Finlay Sturgis, 4 seconds out. Delighted to be joined with your main event, Callum Simpson. Callum, firstly, good presser. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good mate. Enjoyed it. You know, stacked undercard. It was great to see the local lads. You know, enjoyed it up there, relishing it. They all came across great, and yeah, they're all grateful to be on such a stacked card and a great show on the BBC. So it's amazing. But yeah, I'm feeling great, mate. How are you feeling? You well?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, this is a bit of my adopted home. I've been here for 4 years, so it's nice to see boxing back in Leeds, especially with Josh Warrington fighting in Nottingham in February. But I'm glad to see that you're flying the flag over here in the first direct.
Yeah, that's it. You know, fellow Yorkshire lad Josh Warrington. How many? I think he's headlined at Leeds Arena 11 times. He's Mr. Leeds Arena. You know, that's his second home. So yeah, it's I'm not going to try and take his throne just yet. You know, I'm sure he's still got another big fight at Leeds Arena lined up for him. But yeah, it's an amazing opportunity and something that I'm looking forward to.
Well, you're a Barnsley boy. It's not the Oakwell, but you're certainly the home fighter. How excited are you to just bring them fans back over to Leeds?
Yeah, I think Oakwell will be a bit too cold this time of year, a bit too cold and wet. But yeah, I'm very excited. You know, it's only 25 minutes up M1, not too far for us. You know, we've got, I think there's loads of coaches booked. Trains are all fully booked. Everyone's, you know, buzzing for a full day out in Leeds. Yeah, it's going to be massive. I'm looking forward to it.
Seems like Troy Williamson is taking a big jump up, winning the English title, but now he's fighting for the European, the British, the Commonwealth. You are the A side. What do you expect from Troy this Saturday?
I'm expecting the best version of Troy Williamson. You know, he stepped up to some middleweight, knocked out a great fighter in Matt Dickinson, good performance, and yeah, he believes he's filled that to the weight now. This is the weight he should be at. So we'll see on Saturday night. You know, he's had good preparation. So I'm going to get the best version of Troy Williamson on Saturday night, but I'll beat the best version of Troy Williamson.
He certainly thinks that he'll get the best version of you, but wouldn't that lack self-belief potentially? That's what he mentioned in the presser. That wigged you out a bit, that you didn't believe that at all, asking Kell Brook for advice. What did you make of that comment?
Yeah, Kell Brook came to me. Obviously, Troy in the press conference said that I don't believe in myself, I lack self-belief. And he said that was based on asking Kell Brook for some advice when I was headlining at Barnsley Football Stadium. And I just said, if I've got a world champion in front of me, former world champion, who's headlined himself twice at his hometown football stadium, I'd be a fool not to ask him for advice. Why would I not? You know, I ask loads of people for advice. I ring Josh Warrington all the time for advice. I ring so many people for advice. You know, you've got to have a good counsellor around you. So yeah, I've asked loads of people for advice. And who better to ask than a former world champion in Kell Brook?
I want to touch on your last fight at Oakwell. Dropped in the first round, bit of a flash knockdown. Is there anything you've taken from that fight?
Yeah, I think I've learned a lot about myself. I can get up off the canvas and learn about stuff in terms of preparing for a fight and in the ring as well. And I think you're going to see every fight you try and learn, every fight you get experience, and I think you're going to see that on Saturday night. What I've learned and what I've got more to bring and more to give.
I spoke to Ben earlier, and he mentioned that the Callum Simpson we saw for the British isn't the same Callum Simpson now. The Callum Simpson we fought when he first fought the European isn't the same Callum Simpson now. What have you taken from these fights? Is it more just to stay calm and relax yourself and get yourself into these fights, the punches will come?
Yeah, I think that's one of the main things that I've learned. Just when I first got with boxing, I wanted to knock everyone out, make a name for myself, and give them a reason. Like, oh, this kid, we need to keep pushing him, and that's what it's done. And now, you know, I'm in a position now where it's just win. That's a mentality now. It's not a case of I want to go. Obviously, I want to knock everyone out. Of course I do. First round knockout, I love that, but I'm not going in there thinking knock him out the first round. If it comes, it comes. But I'm going in there thinking win. If that's a knockout, it's a knockout. If it's points, it's points. As long as my hand gets raised, I'm not bothered how it comes.
You're certainly a fighter that likes to be relentless and strangle his opponents with, you know, plenty of punches. Is that the same Callum Simpson we're going to see, or is there something we've adopted in the camp that's new?
Yeah, I think that's. I think my style is a high pressure fighter, whether it's from throwing a lot of punches or a lot of feints or on the front foot, or even boxing at range, but still keeping the pressure on with a lot of feints and movement. You know, you don't have to put pressure on him just by throwing shots. But again, I'm a high pressure fighter, and people can say what they want about my boxing ability, my time, my range. But one thing that's world level is my fitness, is my conditioning, is my engine, and I train incredibly hard for that to get that engine, and that is world level. So that's something I'm always going to show in a fight.
I'm glad you touched on being at that world level, because you look at the WBO, WBA, you're ranked all within the top 10. This fight certainly puts you on that world fringe. You could get one or maybe one more fight. The belts are going to be split. Now we've seen Terence Crawford leave the division and the sport. Is that something you're happy to see? Maybe a big star like Terence Crawford out of your way?
I think we always knew that was going to happen. Even when the Canelo fight got made, I think we all knew that Canelo wasn't going to be in boxing for much longer. And even Crawford, if he won it, and he went and won it. So yeah, it's obviously I've got a tough fight in Troy Williamson first, but next year, hopefully we've got him getting world title eliminators, world title by the end of 2026. So I'm ranked high. I'm ranked 5th for the IBF. I'm ranked top 10 with all of the governing bodies. So yeah, once the belts get vacated, after I beat Troy, I'll be ranked even higher as well. So we'll see what we've got available, see what we can get.
Is Hamzah Sheeraz a name? It's always been a name on your lips, but is that someone that you feel like Troy Williamson, you could jump up to Hamzah Sheeraz? I just think that maybe one more fight.
I could fight Hamzah Sheeraz now. I wanted to fight Hamzah Sheeraz now. It was made mandatory for my European, and I said yes to that fight straight away. So yeah, that's a fight that I'd love. I think that's it's a fight we could build as well. It's made public don't want that fight next, but if we can build that fight, that must be the biggest domestic fight of it. Other than your AJ Fury, that is the biggest domestic fight. Callum Simpson versus Hamzah Sheeraz.
I'm going to touch on Saturday nights and Friday nights fight. We've got AJ versus Jake Paul. I wanted to get a prediction. Maybe not the traditional boxing that a lot of people like, but it's certainly an entertaining fight.
Yeah, I'll be watching it, not live. It'll be a bit too early for me. I'll be sleeping, but yeah, I'll be watching it, and I'm gonna have to go for AJ stoppage. I don't think he'll stop him first round. I think Jake will try his hardest not to survive, but yeah, I think AJ stoppage. Yeah.
Caroline Dubois is also fighting on that card. Someone who has left the boxer stable. What made you stay with Ben Shalom and boxer with Adam Azim? You got the likes of Fidel Riley leaving, Ben Whitaker leaving. What makes you want to stay with Ben?
Look what they've done for me. I've had 8 fights with boxer, headlined 3 times on Sky Sports, British Commonwealth European champion, ranked top 10 with all governing bodies. I'm headlining now again at Leeds Arena on the BBC. I've got to at least get the opportunity to deliver, and they've delivered again for me. So yeah, that's why I'm staying with boxer.
I know that you want to be with the best promotion and the best promoter, but with other stars leaving, do you actually see that as an opportunity for you to climb to the very top of boxing and be the star man?
Yeah, I think I wasn't far off being the main guy at boxer anyway. To be fair, obviously I started off on the first on the show, but then I started getting plenty of knockouts, plenty of wins, headline 3 times, stadium fights. So I was one of the main guys anyway. To be fair, now there's a few of the fight battles left. I've pushed up even higher. So yeah, it's better for me, to be honest.
Callum, I just want to get a final prediction, a method of victory for Saturday night's main event.
Like I said, I've learned a lot in my last few fights, so there'll be no prediction for a knockout. It'll be as long as I get my hand raised, I'm a happy man.
Callum, thank you very much.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers.